Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 1 in a series between Czech versus Reprisal. Czech spawning as the blue Night Elf player on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we have Reprisal spawning as the red human. Human versus Night Elf in this 1v1 matchup, and it is most likely Archmage versus Demon Hunter as I slow things down to get to that all-important 2-minute mark. Demon Hunter should be making his way on out right now. Lightning Shield being used very, very effectively to take down a number of units there. Demon Hunter getting an easy shot there, purposely leaving behind that Renegade Wizard. Gonna finish off this last rogue, and now finish off this Renegade Wizard with no problem, picking up Claws of Attack +6. Reprisal opening up with a very, very familiar double water elemental Kuji against the Rock Golem Creep Camp outside the 6 o'clock location with this gold mine. We'll see whether or not if he places down Arcane Towers and tries to go for a fast expansion on this map, as we know that that Demon Hunter will be coming in and will most likely be able to get off 1 mana burn at least against this poor Archmage. Archmage down to 130 mana, drops the water elemental in time as the Demon Hunter goes for Immolation first. Immolation first, getting a surround on a Demon Hunter with Immolation just feels like you're slowly killing yourself, as that is exactly what's going down right here. Demon Hunter cleaning things up, taking down so many units, and now wandering away with relatively lower hit points, but able to shut down that expansion at least for the next 45 seconds. It will take some time for Reprisal to retrain up a handful of peasants, get that gold back, and make his way back over here before an expansion can be set up. Demon Hunter also only at 197 hit points and only has a little bit more experience than his opponent. That is actually something you should rather be worried about right now, as Reprisal is venturing forth with a large number of footmen who will most likely have defend in just a moment. Alright, let's take a look back over here. Demon Hunter does join in on the fight. You can take a look, not very much going on here in terms of the base, as the Demon Hunter does need to get away. The archers are all right here. There is a reveal, and now the archers are going to be running for their lives. Archers do not fare well against footmen even without defend, as the archers are now attempting to pelt down that one Archmage. Archmage does not have to worry about mana burn for quite some time, because it has been shown that, well, he did tech evasion, allowing the Archmage to pretty much drop water elementals as needed. There you go. You're going to see a potion of invulnerability now being used. Demon Hunter needs to scramble around, trying to get around the backside here, but little does he know there is not actually enough room on the backside to maneuver. Archmage very, very low on hit points, and with that low hit point Archmage, you will most likely see him not try and engage. That Archmage with sub 125 mana, sub 100 hit points, does not want to get caught in a very, very open position, as the Archmage now wanders back home. No expansion is present, as we could be going into Tree of Ages and eventually Dryads. Now, the big question is going to be whether or not defend has been teched. Defend, very, very effective. But if we see the number of footmen coming in from Reprisal, I am surprised if Czech doesn't go for a Panda. The Panda is incredibly strong at this point, as the Panda with that Breath of Fire can shut down many of those footmen, and that could give you a big enough lead going into the mid and eventual late game for Bears to eventually counteract those Spellbreakers. The Hunter's Hall taking a lot of damage here, a little bit unexpected, as the Water Elemental able to do a lot of piercing damage here. You can take a look, Hunter's Hall already down to 500 hit points, as the Demon Hunter now finally shows up to the party. Immolation quickly being used, a lot of damage being dealt. Surround on an Immolation Demon Hunter, not the smartest thing in the world. As you can see, the footmen do finally have defend. Demon Hunter is not going to be able to catch up here, as the Demon Hunter is just still wandering around with level 3 Demon Hunter now. Level 3 Demon Hunter may have level 2 Immolation, no, still sitting at level 1, and he does get finished off right there. We may see a quick resurrection. We'll also take a look back over here as the Panda now joining in on the fight. All right, Panda gonna come in and now get a Breath of Fire, taking down one footman already. Another footman gonna get taken down right there, so 2 quick and easy shots, as the water elementals are now running for the hills as well. Panda sitting at level 1, almost level 2, going to really benefit chasing down a water elemental here, as we see another footman may get taken out. Naga Sea Witch also coming back the other way here, and this is going to continue to be a little bit of a push and pull tug of war, as the Naga Sea Witch is very useful at shutting down fleeing enemies such as the archers and that panda. Footman getting a little bit overzealous here, taking a big giant attack from that Ancient of War. Don't stand next to the Ancients of War. Very dangerous to try and play around them. All right, let's go back, come back across over here. Naga Sea Witch does have those boots of speed. Double water elementals, no dryads as of yet, but the Ancients of Lore were constructed in time so that the water elementals are pretty much going to be nullified. We should be looking at Arcane Sanctums being trained up, but more importantly, behind those Arcane Sanctums, an Arcane Vault. Without that, Spellbreakers will not be able to be trained, and even though the Fen on those footmen will protect from the Dryads slow poison attack and the abolish magic from those Dryads will really make it very difficult. All right, it looks as though the Goblin Zeppelin is now operational, picking up a handful of units, gonna pick up that Naga Sea Witch there, with no real way to see up onto the high ground of the trees. The Goblin Zeppelin is just going to be causing a lot of problems. All right, apparently there was a little bit of lag, and Czech has been known to be very upset about people causing lag, and that is going to be exactly out there. Shad D lagged out dropped by vote right there, as we're now looking at the Goblin Zeppelin still looking to perhaps drop on this entangled gold mine. All right, importantly, we do have Nightfall here, artificial Nightfall. These Moonwells will be filling as the Dryad is in position to push back this one Goblin Zeppelin. Low hit point footman, Archmage with enough mana for a water elemental. Meanwhile, Panda looking to get to level 2 does in fact have a Staff of Preservation, as the Panda is going to be coming across back over here. All right, easy shots once more. Goblin Zeppelin still overhead. I do not see an Ancient of Wind down, so we will not be looking at any sort of Hippogriff play anytime soon. So far, Panda still taking a beating, still in this play, still in this game. And once he gets the level 2 Breath of Fire, if we don't see that Arcane Vault, we will have some serious problems. And it looks like instead we're going to be transitioning into Riflemen. All right, Riflemen are very effective against those Dryads. That Focus Fire is rather high, but then again, they do clump up against those Pandas, so that Breath of Fire is going to deal a lot of damage to those units as well. Add in a Drunken Haze, and those Riflemen will not be able to get away and easily at all, as we're now looking at a handful of Wisp now trying to get away. Let's take a look at this. Archer is now in position. Goblin Zeppelin up in the air. Let's go ahead and take a look at this engagement now, as the Footman quickly being dropped, and now a Breath of Fire. One Footman hiding behind a shield, doesn't realize metal conducts heat and gets blown down there. All right, Panda gonna go ahead and try and engage once more. Archmage gonna be ready to go. Let's go ahead. There is some beautiful illusion holding up that front line there. There is some counter dispel magics there, as the Dryad's taking far too much damage. Immolation now once again being used, and it is level 2 Immolation. I believe that is 20 damage a second. That is going to be very high damage indeed, as that Demon Hunter just feels incredibly comfortable chasing after all of these units. You can take a look, that Demon Hunter dealing closer to 70 damage a second here, as the Archmage unable to finish off this Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter should be able to get a rejuvenation here in just a second. No, not enough mana. This is going to be a bit of a problem, but Demon Hunter does have a potion of healing. Going to go ahead and use those Moonwells once more. Drops the Circle of Mobility, picks it back up, as the Druid of the Claw still trying to get more mana here. All right, Demon Hunter trying to engage off over here. Abolish magic, quickly finishing off some water elementals. This fight is going strong, as it looks as though an archer will get taken down. Druid of the Claw does not want to get into those front lines, and Adept training is the real, or the mastery training is the real problem here. Demon Hunter still low on hit points, does have an Orb of Venom. Goblin Shredder joining in on the fight. Ancient of War taking a significant amount of damage here. No repairs though, as the Ancient of War down to 119 hit points, but somehow able to stay alive as the Dryads get into position once more. Demon Hunter in that front line is going to go ahead and engage. Immolation now being used, going after all those units. It looks as though, yes, one Footman and going to get taken down in just a second. Priest now going to get taken down. Naga Sea Witch may get taken down as well. Slow Poison causing problems as the Panda now gets to level 3. Level 3 Panda Immolation on a Demon Hunter, and I believe this will be the first time in over a year that I see an Immolation-based Demon Hunter shutting down the Archmage enough, not even getting mana burn, as Czech takes down Reprisal in game number 1. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.